Earth is a planet carved by time, pressure, and unimaginable force, and nowhere is that more dramatic or dangerous than the towering cliffs of our world's most extreme mountains. These aren't just peaks. They are stone cathedrals, vertical giants, natural skyscrapers that challenge even the bravest of climbers and mesmerize those who dare to look up. Today, we journey to the edge, literally. These are the world's most dangerous and majestic cliffside mountains. Few cliffs have the mythos and magnetism of El Capitan. Rising over 3,000 feet, 900 meters, straight up from Yosemite Valley, this sheer granite monolith is the largest vertical rock face in the world. Its west face is legendary, smooth, daunting, and utterly vertical. No handholds, no ledges, no mercy. Climbers once thought it was impossible to ascend. Then came legends like Royal Robbins, Lynn Hill, and Alex Honnold, the latter completing the first free solo climb in 2017 without ropes, just shoes, chalk, and pure courage. The danger. One mistake means death. No second chances, no forgiveness. And yet, it draws climbers like moths to a flame. They call it the world's most dangerous hike. Mount Huashan, one of China's sacred mountains, is both breathtaking and terrifying. Why? Because to reach the summit, you must walk across wooden planks bolted into a vertical cliff face, with nothing but a harness clipped to a thin cable. The cliff drops over 2,000 feet, 600 meters. There are no handrails, sometimes just footholds carved into the stone. Thousands of tourists do it yearly, some in sneakers, some trembling. And yet the views from the South Peak are sublime. Sunrise above the clouds, ancient Taoist temples, and silence so deep it echoes. In the heart of Norway's fjord country lies a geological wonder, Trolltunga, or Troll's Tongue. This rock juts horizontally out from a vertical cliff, hovering 700 meters, 2,300 feet, above Lake Ringadalsvatnet. There are no guardrails, just a narrow stone ledge, and a jaw-dropping view. To reach it, you must hike 28 kilometers, 17 miles, round trip, over rough terrain. The weather can change instantly. People have died here, not from the hike, but from misjudging the edge. One wrong step. Yet thousands come, arms outstretched, standing at the edge of the world. Not far from El Capitan lies Half Dome, another Yosemite icon. Its steep granite face rises 4,800 feet above the valley floor. But what makes it famous is the final ascent, a climb up the back using steel cables bolted into rock. The incline is over 45 degrees. When it's wet or icy, it becomes a death trap. Dozens have fallen, some fatally. Yet it remains one of America's most iconic hikes, where reward and risk balance on a cable. Another of Norway's cliffside masterpieces, Preikestolen, or Pulpit Rock. A flat, square plateau perched 604 meters, 1,982 feet, above Lysefjord. No fences, no ropes, just open sky and vertical drop. The hike to reach it is moderate, but the final step to the edge takes courage. Visitors lie on their bellies just to peek over. A single strong gust of wind, and it's over. Still, over 300,000 people visit each year, proof that the human spirit is always drawn to the edge. The Matterhorn is a mountain that looks like it was drawn by a child's imagination, perfectly pyramidal, intimidating, and iconic. Standing at 4,478 meters, 14,692 feet, it's both beautiful and deadly. Its north face, nearly vertical, is one of the most challenging alpine climbs in the world. High winds, rockfalls, sudden storms. It's a mountain that has claimed over 500 lives since the first ascent in 1865. Even today, experienced climbers perish here, because beauty often hides brutality. Want the tallest vertical drop on Earth? Head to Mount Thor in Canada's Arctic. Its west face is a sheer drop of 1,250 meters, 4,100 feet, at an angle of over 100 degrees. It actually leans inward, making it an overhang. This remote peak in Auyuituk National Park is hard to access, but a magnet for elite climbers and base jumpers. The rock face is so smooth, it looks like it was cut with a blade. It's raw, remote, and wild. Proof that nature saves its greatest extremes for the places we least expect. A spine of rock that shoots up from the canyon floor, Angel's Landing is both a dream hike and a nightmare. The final half mile is a knife-edge ridge with sheer drops of 1,000 feet on both sides. Chains are bolted in to help hikers balance, but accidents still happen. The name comes from the belief that only angels could land there. Today, thousands make the climb. Some overcome fear, some freeze in terror. Few forget it. On Ireland's rugged west coast, the cliffs of Moher rise up to 214 meters, 702 feet, above the Atlantic Ocean. Winds whip, waves crash, and the edges, often unsupervised, are crumbly and unstable. The view is magnificent, but step too close, and the soft stone gives way. Still, over 1 million people come each year to stand where Europe ends and the ocean begins. Rugged, isolated, formidable. Mount Fitz Roy isn't the tallest in the Andes, but it might be the most intimidating. Its sheer granite faces rise 3,405 meters, 11,171 feet, and are often icy, wet, and windswept. The weather changes in minutes, visibility vanishes, avalanches strike. It's the Everest of technical climbing. Even the world's best mountaineers take it seriously. One misstep in Patagonia, and rescue isn't coming. A true otherworldly sight, Mount Roraima is a flat-topped mountain with 1,300-foot vertical cliffs on all sides. It inspired the movie Up and even legends of the Lost World. You can only reach the summit via a natural ramp through one side. The rest is vertical, impassable, timeless. It's not about the climb here. It's about standing on a floating continent in the sky. These mountains are more than just rock and elevation. They are forces of nature. Monuments to the brutal, wild power of Earth. They inspire awe, but also demand respect. Whether you stand on the summit, walk their dangerous trails, or just gaze from afar, these cliffs and peaks remind us of something primal. That life is always better with a little edge. Which of these mountains would you dare to climb, or even just visit? Let us know in the comments. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and ring the bell for more extreme travel and nature adventures. Thanks for watching, and remember, the view is always better from the edge.